and feel a temporary love. At least it beats being alone. I'll lay you down and out from under there. I know the comfort of the warm blankets is hard to follow up, but trust in me, I want to light the city streets with you. Let's go. That golden smile is the glow that lets me know that I want more. Only the heartless like to shy away from love and let lust lure them into lows. All I know is that just dates, mates, then one night in my bed never quite suited me at all. I'll lay you down and out from under there. I know the comfort of the warm blankets is hard to follow up, but trust in me, I want to light the city streets with you. Let's go. That golden smile is the glow that lets me know that I want. You can only bury this feeling so long until you start to realize that what you try to stay away from has you lying in your bed, secretly hoping that someone was next to you, so warm, so lovingly, and happy that you're there, and happy that you're there.
This is Studio A. Tonight, painter and designer Lawrence Garza. Hip-hop artist Kenny Umeh. Music by Richard Leal. And now, Allie Norton.
Hello and welcome to Studio A, coming to you from Fresno State. It's our Season 2 premiere and we're very excited to continue bringing you the best of Fresno art and music. We opened our show with singer-songwriter Richard Leal, and we'll be hearing more from him later on, but right now I'm sitting here with local painter Lawrence Garza. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So just tell us a little bit about what it is that you do.
Well, I am considered an artist to many people's eyes. I love to paint, I love to draw, I love to sculpt, I make clothes, I design bags for women, so my hands are kind of in a lot of areas in art, so I'm kind of just considered an all-around artist.
Okay, and so you also said that you brought a bag.
I did bring a
Let's
bag,
see
yes.
that. I'm really
This is one of the
excited to see
bags that I just made actually this week, actually. I just took one day, I got some fabric, and just did the design the same day. And this is actually an old design that I did back when I was just getting out of college, just kind of crazy weird bird thing. So I threw it on there and kind of sewed the bag together. So it's just something that one of the many things I try to get out there, something a little bit different.
And is there like a specific thing that inspires you for your art?
Well, one thing that really inspires me is music. So a lot of my creativity comes out of playing my own music and just writing new music and just listening to general different types of music. So when I paint, I usually throw on just different varieties of music to kind of get my creativity flowing, and that's how I usually come up with a lot of my work.
Is there like a specific genre that like kind of inspires you more than any other?
Right now I'm actually listening to like kind of like a lot of trip hop and hip hop type stuff, so, but always classic music, classic rock always helps too. Just, I have my genres of music that I like, but mostly just like mellow type music.
And I'm sure everybody's wondering why there's a giant toothbrush sitting by him right now. Please tell me what inspired you to make this.
What inspired this is actually I took a class in college with three-dimensional design, and one of the projects we had to make something of everyday ordinary value into something a lot bigger. So I took that idea and I ran with it, and I kind of came up with this toothbrush guy because I'd never seen anything like it before. So I thought, why not I give him arms and a nice face. He got a couple of eyes here, and I just kind of decided to call him Tommy, just Tommy the toothbrush. But yeah, he's one of my original creations, just something that I really haven't seen anything around in Fresno. So I kind of thought I'd take something that I've known before and kind of bring it back to show everybody else, what art really can be. And this is one of the things that I like to do that's also very different.
And what did you make it out of?
This is actually made out of vinyl, which is, regular household material, I guess. But his face is actually made out of pipe cleaners, which I actually cut in half. So don't actually try to brush yourself with him because he's very, very coarse. But yeah, just pretty much sewed him together, stuck some pipe cleaners in there, and put a nice little T-shirt on him, and he's ready to go.
And what other kinds of art do you do?
Well, I actually have my own T-shirt company as well. So I actually design and make my own T-shirts. This is one of my new designs that I have here. My company is actually called Revolution, and it's actually spelled out here. So you can see there's the R, the E, V, O, L, U, T, and there's an I, O, N. So it's kind of like an anti-label almost. That's my whole idea, is to kind of get away from the whole corporate label and give something back to the people. So my revolution idea in clothing is to kind of take people's ideas and their concepts of art and give them to me so I can mold and give them something back that they came up with. So it's kind of like people come to me with their ideas and I'm able to give them back to them in a real way so they can actually wear their shirts around. And when people ask, oh, where'd you get that shirt? They can say, oh, I helped make this. This is part of me. It's not part of some company. It's actually a piece of them. So that's where I like to go with my T-shirt designs and my design company, is let people kind of have their own ideas and get their own ideas out there.
And based on the experiences that you've had doing art, what kind of advice could you give to other people who would want to aspire to be an artist?
For any aspiring artists, I would probably say just kind of don't give up. If you think you're doing bad or if you think it's not that great, try it again. It may come out different the next time, because the more time you spend on a piece of artwork, the better it's obviously going to get. So my advice would just be to never give up. Always try something different, and don't be afraid, to hear criticism, because that's where kind of your biggest leaps come from, is hearing that creativity and hearing those comments and having it come around and using that to your advantage.
And have you ever had like a downfall with your art?
Not really a downfall, I'd say, just kind of, false steps. But a lot of my art kind of came out a lot early when I was in college, and it was a little bit different, but some people actually like my work so much that they decided to take it from me instead of actually paying for it. So I had one instance where I was living with a roommate in Pacific Beach, and his mom really liked one of my pieces. So when she came over to visit, he started talking about my artwork, and I was out at work, so he just decided to kind of let his mom have the piece without actually telling me. And I figured out a week later, because I didn't see the painting on the wall. I was like, what happened to this piece? And he's like, oh, my mom took it. I was like, are you going to tell me? Was she going to pay for it? And, that's kind of been my fault, is kind of letting people take from me almost, not actually being upfront and saying, I need my money, because, an artist needs to survive, and that's pretty much what I do, is I make art to survive. So that's one of my pitfalls, I guess you could say, is being too nice and letting pieces go.
Well, it's good to know that at least you have fans. If you're a fan of Lawrence Garza, you can go see him in downtown Fresno at the Treasury on October 15th. He will also be playing with his band, or you can visit his website that's on the screen. We'll be right back after this.